And we're live. How you guys doing today on a Friday afternoon at 5:30? Now, once again, I'm going to have to watch out. I don't know if I'm a magnet for these storms or whatever, or they're trying to tell me, the thunder gods are trying to say something. But once again, here at 5:30, we're in a deluge, a serious thunderstorm going on outside. So if I'm here 1 second and gone the next, then you know what's going on. That means that we just got blipped out from this late afternoon, early evening thunderstorm, and there's nothing really I can do about that. So just to let you guys know again, my name is Barry Cunningham. I'm a real estate investor and burgeoning developer here in South Florida, and I'm doing these shows to talk to people about the real estate market here in South Florida and things that affect the real estate market here in South Florida. So it's just not real estate, it's news, it's weather, it's COVID, whatever's affecting the market here and may have an impact on our ability to collectively make money in this market, I'm going to talk about. So and I'm not going to shy away from some controversy, but today, first and foremost, I'm celebrating. I'm really happy, and just want you guys all to know I appreciate all the well-wishing cards, emails, and text about Juneteenth. Yes, we're not supposed to be gathering anywhere, but this is the new normal. They're telling us that what is good for thee, you might want to get used to, Barry. You might not be able to do it in South Florida, but they're going to do it in New York, and they're going to dance, and they're going to have fun, which I don't have a problem with. I really don't have a problem with this at all. And I mean it in all sincerity. But don't tell me today that Juneteenthing in the streets of Chicago or New York or Orlando is absolutely fine, and then castigate us, just give us complete hell because we're going about our business here in South Florida. Notice I didn't segue into anything political. I'm just talking about going about our business here in South Florida. That's all I care about. I care about the double standard in telling those of us who make our living by getting out there in the streets and seeing what we're going to be doing with the property, telling us we've got to, mask up and, do all these kind of things. Somebody even sent me another mask today. I should start wearing this as a prop. I wonder if I can do a show with a mask on. Has anyone ever done a show? You say, hi, how you doing? Hi, how you doing? Ain't gonna do it. Not gonna wear it. I'm not a victim. Not at all. I'm here to talk about the impact of, I guess now, Juneteenth, the COVID, and the mass urban exodus from some of these cities. And you can't blame some of these people for wanting to get the hell out of New York City. If you had to wake up to that every day, you had to see what was going on with police in your town, and you had a wife and children that you had to provide for and to make sure that they were safe, wouldn't you want to do something? So what we're seeing is just an exodus from Chicago, New York City, Boston, Connecticut, New Jersey, trying to find places to live down here. And you have to wonder why, because this just blew me away today. Manhattan apartment contracts fall more than 80%, while Florida surges. You have to love those if you're involved in real estate here in South Florida. Now, as bad as this headline appears, it's actually worse. How's it worse? It's much worse, because it's not just 80%. It's 87%, almost 90% of the housing contracts basically in New York, with all the co-ops and everything else. They don't really have single family houses, are falling out. 80 to 90% are falling out. So, I'm reading this article. Let me go ahead and make it big so you guys can see it. But I'm going to be talking to some of the people from Miller Samuel and Douglas Elliman in the next couple of weeks. But the high end, as you would expect, is getting hit the hardest. Contracts for apartments priced with more than $5 million fell by 90%. By contrast, South Florida saw a strong surge in May, especially for standalone homes. Of course, people want houses. It's more secure. It's someplace you can raise your family. And you can read this article, but I'm going to point out something to you that's really just driving us down here. Is by contrast, it starts down here, and I'm going to move my head so you can actually see this. By contrast, Southern Florida saw a strong surge in May, especially for standalone homes. Contracts for single-family homes priced at $1 million or more. $1 million or more surged 45% in Miami-Dade County compared with a year ago. Contracts for $1 million homes in Palm Beach County jumped 26%. And in Broward County saw a measly 23%. Are you guys seeing this? You seeing what's going on? The big money is coming down from New York and going, I want out of this mess. I can't take it anymore. It's absolutely insane what's going on. We know Snake Plissken isn't coming. We're stuck with de Blasio. And we got to get the heck out of New York. We got to escape New York. And these people are coming down here and they got cash. Big money, 7-figure deals. 45% jump in Miami-Dade. 26% in Palm Beach County, and 23% increase in Broward. That's a lot of money. I've been talking to you about the shift in wealth. I've been talking to you about how this stuff is being redistributed without a lot of people understanding what the heck is going on. They're pulling. Can you imagine what the tax base in New York City is going to be like next year? First of all, you don't have a lot of people working. Now you got a whole lot of people getting out of town. And just so you know, let me just go back. This article was from today. So it's happening in waves. As I talk about this on the show and continue to talk about it, it just keeps getting worse or better depending on what perspective you're working from. Come on down. People ask me, hey, why are you doing this show? Why are you spending a half hour, 45 minutes, an hour every single day talking about real estate and pointing things out like what's going on in New York? Because that's how you make money in real estate. I want these people in New York to know they can contact me. They can contact my wife, who's a realtor. We can do some deals together. We can put some money in some investment property and actually turn some money, make 14, 16, 20% in less than 60 days. You see how this stuff is turning. I'm not looking to get in a war zone type property. I'm looking to take some property down that these people want to come in and cash out for $1 million. I want to take down a property that's valued at 1.2 that I can pay $800,000 for, turn it over and flip it to somebody for $1 million, pull $200,000 profit out of the deal. That's the kind of stuff that I want to look at. That's the kind of stuff that I'm looking for partners. That's who I'm asking. That's who I'm talking to right now, letting people know, come on down. The market's fine. We're okay. Don't believe Fauci. Don't believe the hype. We're going to be doing extremely well down here. And I would love to partner up with you if you're looking to buy some South Florida real estate or you're looking to park some money and do some investment. That's why I do this show. So let me digress to what I've been talking about for a couple days now. And this basically myth-busting exercise that I call it, and especially doing this again for the people up in New York to know, so they know that what they're seeing on TV and what they're seeing online is designed to keep them afraid from leaving in droves. And what I'm going to show you is the absolute truth. Whether you choose to believe it or not, that's up to you. You stay in New York if you don't believe it. Walk outside to the burning cars. I don't really care. So every day, this thing is updated at 11 a.m. I have not updated it yet. I'm going to wait for you guys to get here, and I'm hitting the update button. And so, boom, it went from 89,748, and the new number is, let's see what it comes in at. The new number is 89,748, updated on its own. And once again, I'm going to have to move my head, but over here in the far right corner, is the number of new cases, and boom, it's spiking. Oh my God, we're all going to die. It's 3.3, 3,300 new cases yesterday. Most all time. It's just growing. Yet down here again, let me just show that to you. 6 people died. 6. Everybody got that? 6. You understand that 3,300 cases, 6 people died. You can see the level of demise, I'll call it here, going down. Cases going up. Nobody's dying. Case closed. Get down here. Buy some real estate. Let's partner up. Let's do a deal. Let's put some money in some high-end property so that the other people following behind you who haven't gotten in yet, we're going to roll it and make some money. And I'm telling you, 14, 16% in 60, 90 days is just easy to do down here. So anyway, you've seen the numbers. Back on the second page here, we're going to look at it and we say, ooh, it's still at 5.9. Yesterday was 5.7, so it jumped 0.2% in terms of what the overall percent positive. Nominal. 1.4 million people are negative. 89,000 people positive, but still it's 5.9%. And that's in a state. Just remember, that's in a state of 21 million people. You've got people all over Twitter. You got people all over Facebook screaming, bemoaning, warning you we're all going to die. DeSantis sucks, blah, blah, blah. You've heard it all before. And they're absolutely lying. I have to understand. Actually, I stopped. I stopped trying to understand their motivation because it doesn't make any sense to a reasonable person. It's sort of like celebrating Juneteenth and this massive illusion that's taken place. Let me tell you something. I'm going to tell you a little bit about my family. My dad came from Jamaica in 1940. I guess he was born in 39. He came over as a baby. Stayed with his grandmother until his mom came over. Went to high school. Then he opened up his own construction company in 1965. Then brought his brothers over to work with him. My mom was born in the same time, but she was born up in Massachusetts. Actually, she was born in Greenwich, but her family's from Massachusetts. So they're both black, partially mixed. You can see I've got some lightness to me. I've got 6 brothers and sisters who all of us had gone through college. We were benefited from some black privilege because my dad actually did well. And funny thing, with 6 black brothers and sisters, one of whom graduated from West Point, aunts, uncles, cousins, friends, none of us had even heard of Juneteenth until last week. No barbecues, no exchange of gifts, no presents being brought over, no, tree or anything. Nothing. None of us knew anything about this. And I'm not just talking one person. I'm talking, over the last couple of days, I've been texting with family members and going, what in the hell is this Juneteenth stuff? Nobody had heard of it. Obviously it was there. Obviously it was something that I guess in Texas they had celebrated, but now it's turned into this. It's turned into a national festival where people are just going crazy, and I don't get it. This is where we are now because it's Juneteenth. And I bet you if you asked every one of those people's parents and said, hey, listen, when did you find out about Juneteenth? What was it that you understood Juneteenth to be? I would bet you that many of their parents would look at you like, I have no idea what you're talking about. This, again, in my mind, was something that somebody somewhere who's pulling the strings decided they were going to, ooh, big lightning. Whoa, did you hear that? That was big. That somebody somewhere decided that this was going to be just another diversion. You guys know what a Judas Goat is? Look it up. Look up the term Judas Goat. A Judas Goat is the goat that gets to walk around, and what he does is he brings the other lambs to slaughter. They don't know where he's taking them, but they just follow along like good little goats and sheep, until they get to the slaughterhouse, and next thing you know, they're in cellophane wrapped inside a Publix or your local grocery store. That's how I look at this stuff, because what's the benefit? It's like, hey, look over here, it's Juneteenth. Hey, look over here, it's BLM. Hey, look over here, there's a riot. Hey, look over here, there's a protest. Don't look over here, because you'll see what we're really doing. You'll see that we're really making some money. My little dog is choking. And that's what gets me upset, is because all that jumping around in the street is fun. And rioting, I don't know if it's fun, and tearing down statues, none of that. No Juneteenth, no statue destruction, no rioting, no protesting is going to do anything to actually help you reach prosperity. And that's the thing that's over here. While you're doing all this, over here, no one's showing you that. No one's showing you that guys like me and guys who are much better than me are saying, I'm going to go put some apartments in that neighborhood. I'm going to go look at seeing what I can buy over there. We're seeing, 7-figure deals being shifted out of the areas where you're having the big parties. Money is happening. Money is moving, and you're not a part of it. I love this quote by Will Smith that I use as my interface thing. And it's like, too many people spend money they haven't earned to buy things they don't want, to impress people they don't like. Think about that. Too many people spend money they haven't earned to buy things they don't really want, to impress people they don't even like. Nutshell, translation, easy translation is, you're doing things over here that you think are important, but you're not doing things over here that really are. And I know a lot of people get pissed off at me, and I've been called every racial name you can find, but when I'm looking at this and I see what's going on, it's not hard for me to actually look and say, what are you guys doing? So you're celebrating Juneteenth. Let me know if you guys know any slaves, or people who were slaves. Just let me know. I'd love to meet them and talk about their experiences and the dreadfulness of that. But you guys aren't slaves. There's not a single person in this crowd. There's not a single person in this crowd at all who even knows a slave. There's nobody in that crowd whose parents were slaves. And yet they're taking the opportunity to dance and party in the streets of Chicago in the middle of a pandemic, and they expect you to understand what's going on. I don't care to understand. Nobody in my family, nobody I know knows what Juneteenth is. But every single person in my family and every person that I know understands that there's money to be made in this opportunity. And there's a lot of shenanigans going on, and this weather is just driving me crazy. But we've got to move past all this stuff. We've got to move past being afraid. We've got to move past trying to divide or not. You see, what I think a lot of people don't realize is that money lives. Money's going to be here. You think the people who are doing these 7-figure deals coming down from New York care about what these people are doing in the street? Do you think that if they were cooped up in New York that they're okay down here? Yeah, of course they are. They're making money. They're absolutely making money. And this is the money shot right here. I'm going to blow this up. I think I'm going to make a t-shirt out of this. This is just amazing what she says here. As a broker at Douglas Elliman, she says she had a record May and June due mainly to young families moving from the Northeast to Southern Florida. I.e., they're getting the hell out of Dodge. They don't care about the Juneteenth stuff going on. They don't care about the riots. They're just taking off. They're coming down here. Aside from New York and New Jersey, she said she helped several families moving from Boston as well. And now here's where it gets really good. We are calling this the new Florida because of all the families moving from New York and New Jersey. These are families that, okay, this is the money shot. Okay, these are families that were already thinking of moving here, but COVID caused them to move faster, and it doesn't seem to be slowing. I love taking articles and breaking them down and hearing what people are saying who are in the market, who are here in South Florida, and seeing the transformation of wealth happening in a positive way, and they're banking hard. Read that again. These are families that were already thinking of moving here, but COVID caused them to move faster, and it doesn't seem to be slowing. She also said the increase in cases in Florida that everyone's screaming about has not dampened sales or showing. And if you've been following what I've been saying, this is the winning quote. There is just less fear and concern here. You get that? Remember when I said yesterday, and I've been saying for the last couple days? Think about it. Think about what I said about Warren Buffett. Everyone says the time to buy is when blood is running through the streets. Time to buy is when blood is running through the streets, when people are going crazy. The time to buy is now. You have to be greedy when others are fearful. Be fearful when others are greedy. Right now, as she said, there's less fear here, but there's a ton of fear up in the Northeast. And they're getting the hell out, and they're coming here to South Florida, and they're doing cash deals, 7-figure cash deals to get out of New York. So the way I look at it is, everybody who wants to celebrate Juneteenth and party in the street, go ahead, do it, have fun. I have no idea what the hell you're talking about, because I'm concentrating on making sure that I'm in this arena, that people are coming down here looking for properties in South Florida from Palm Beach, Dade, and Broward, and they're ready to spend $1 million plus on a deal, and they're ready to put $1 million into a development or more, and they have friends who've got $1 million deals as well. That's what this is all about to me. I don't care about what you read in the news. Neither do the people who are moving down here. They see the news. They see what's going on. And they know, hey, listen, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pack up Jeffy and Susie and Honey. We're going to get the hell out of here. I talked to one guy today. One guy said that people are leaving California. They're having tag sales. They're just selling the furniture, or they're leaving the furniture, and they're just getting out. So if you're in the real estate market, and I'm talking to you right now, this is stuff that you should and could be doing to start trying to talk to. I mean, there's millions of people up north. Millions. Imagine what the market is going to be like in the next 30, 60, 90 days at that level, at the 7-figure level. Not down here where there's going to be a whole lot of fluctuation in pricing, but people who want a $1 million or $2 million house. Notice they said house. A lot of them were houses. That market is actually going to be stable and going to rise. And then on top of that, if you've got some money you want to park and you want to make some money on your money, and you want to see a 14, 16% return in 60, 90 days or less, we need to talk. So I'll take you out with one last thing that shows you how fear is basically driving people crazy. And that's with what's going on in the Keys. And it hurt to see this. The Keys are requiring face masks until June 2021. I don't care. That's fear. That's 100% fear. If I've imparted anything on you in these last 5 days, a full week, it's telling you that when you see fear, it's time to seize the opportunity. Fear is real in the minds of some of these people, whether they're really afraid or whether they're manifesting it or just putting up a cloak to show, that they're afraid because of a political alliance. I don't care. The fact of the matter is there's fear, which means there's opportunity to make money. That's what's most important. That's what's going to save us basically over the next year with all the craziness that's going on with the election. So I hope you guys have a great weekend. Like I said, if you're looking to park some money or look at a house, go ahead and leave me a message and I'll get a hold of you. You can search me online, Barry Cunningham Enterprises. We're putting our whole Google My Business listing put together. That's going to be growing. And next week, we're going to be changing up cameras. And I'm going to see if I can't do some DSLR stuff and make it look really good. I'm excited. I'm ready to do business. And I hope you guys have a good weekend. And I hope we survive this thunderstorm that's going on up here. Have a great weekend.